Now that you've signed up for Kahoot or you've logged in, let's show you how we can make some Kahoots. So if we go to the top right from our dashboard, we can hit create. If you are in the screen for your Kahoots, that option in the top right is still there, or we can add a Kahoot with this option. Now, you've got a pop-up. It's going to give you a few ways to do this. If you're beginning or you're not very comfortable with creating your own formats, they offer some templates. So if we click Teach with Slides, first thing it's going to give us is an introductory question. We can make this whatever we would like. And what you can do is change the answers. All you can do is simply click where the text is and we can alter it. You can go through this and create different options. My typing is a little off. You'll also notice you can add a time limit. You can change that, whether you want to give them more time or less time. You can change the point value from 0, 1,000, or 2,000. And you'll notice here there is an image. If we want to use the image reveal, we can go through these several options, and you'll notice the larger the grid, the smaller the chunks are as they appear, but they also appear somewhat faster. We could also go ahead and remove that photo if you just wanted to have a question. You're also allowed to put in a YouTube video. We can upload our own image if we would like. And you can search their image library, their image bank. So if you were going to do something revolving biology, we can search up some topics. They give us a list. And here are some of the photos that we can search through and select whatever we would like to use. And from there, you can change the image reveal. The next option they give you is a blind question. So this is going to be a question that they do not know the answer to, and they're just guessing. The slide option allows you to give them information that you want them to know, sort of like a PowerPoint slide or a Google slide. You can create this to be very informative for them. And if you look on the left, the slider, it kind of alternates quiz questions and slides. Gives you some helpful tips in these templates as well. If you wanted to add your own question, you could do that. There's also a question bank. So if you're unsure how to phrase the question, but you know that the topic is, let's say, Civil War, we can search Civil War and it will bring us to pre-made questions from other users. And if you wanted to use this question with these answers, you could simply add it. When we close it, if you notice there were spelling mistakes or something was different, you wanted to alter the image, you've got your full control. We can change the text if we needed. We could select more than one answer, or we could change the answer altogether. It gives you some freedom. That is using a template. And like I was saying, there are many different templates that you can choose from. I would say if you have some free time, browse through the templates to see if one of these works best for you. For now, we're going to create a new Kahoot from scratch. So I'm going to kind of walk you through creating some questions. Let's just talk about Civil War, some wars. So the first question, which is going to have 4 possible answers. We're going to say, what year did the Civil War begin? Okay. We can add an image if you'd like. Let's browse. And we're going to take this. This is a very beautiful picture. And we're going to put some dates, 1776. Let's do 1869, 1861, and we'll do 1942. Now, we know 1861 is the correct answer. If we wanted to ask questions revolving around the picture, I might do the image reveal, which I will do down the road. So that question is done with the correct answer selected. We're going to add a question. So these are the typical quiz questions. If we wanted to do a true or false, add question, click true or false. Okay, the South won the Civil War. False. Let me go with the answers false. Now for this, I'm not going to add an image, but again, you could also add a YouTube video if you'd like. It really depends on how interactive you want this to be with the students. I'm going to add another question. Now we're going to add an open-ended question, and you might be thinking if they type the answer wrong, there's spelling errors, maybe there's a capital. I'll show you how we can use this open-ended question and some of its options. So let's say, what were the northern states called during the Civil War? And let's upload an image. And I'm going to upload the flags. Now, we know they were called the Union. But what if they spell it wrong? We can add other answers. Okay. Let's add Union. So we've got different ways the student could spell it so that depending on what they write, it either is right and correct, even though they have capitalization or not. And what we want to do is add another question. We're going to add a puzzle. The puzzle allows the students to arrange in a correct order that you provide here in a given time limit. So let's say arrange these wars in order from oldest to most recent. Left on the right. Okay. I'm going to upload an image. So we're going to start with writing the answers in the correct order. When the student is given this question, it will automatically rearrange the answers given so that they have to put it in the correct order. So we're going to start with, let's do Revolution. World War II. Okay. This is going to be worth 2,000 points, and I'm only going to give them 30 seconds. We're going to add another question. Before we add this question, let's put in a slide. Let's educate these students. Let's let them know War of 1812 began in, not surprisingly, 1812. We're going to upload an image, and it's a Civil War battle. Let's see if we can find an image from the War of 1812. I like this one. That works. Now, we can write some text down here if you wanted to provide more information about the War of 1812 or whatever topic it is you're going to create this slide revolving around. You can add more text. 250 characters. I'm just going to leave it like this. This is pretty straightforward. So I'm going to add a question and we're going to do true or false. True or false? The War of 1812 began in 1902. The correct answer is false. Now, that is a walkthrough of all of the question types except the poll. You can add this poll wherever you'd like in the Kahoot, and this can be used to simply gauge if the students are enjoying it. So far, say great, needs work, so much fun, I'm bored. Now, you can't select a correct option because they're all correct. It's how they feel. That right here is how you can create a Kahoot from scratch. There are some other options. If you decided you didn't want a slide, on the left, lower left, there is a little trash can. That's how you can delete it. If you want to duplicate a slide and maybe change some of the wording or the answers, right above the trash is the duplicate button. We can simply press duplicate, and now we've copied and pasted, essentially, that Kahoot question. At the top, remember to give it a title. You can give it a description, which will help others find it. And you can save it to your Kahoots. You can save it to your school. And if you click on your Kahoots, you can select a folder. You can turn on branding. That's, going to be up to you and your school. You can change the language, visibility. If you only want you and your students to be able to see it, click only you. If you want it to be made public, click everyone. And you can change the music depending on your preferences. Also, you can add a cover image. This will be up to you. Once you're done with your Kahoot, we can go up to the top right and click done. It will close out of your Kahoot that you've created. But what we can do is we can press preview. This will show you a nice preview of what the Kahoot will look like in its entirety. So we can go through the different questions. We can start at the beginning. We'll notice how this works. You won't be able to click on the answers, but it will show you a preview of how it looks and what it's formatted like. I would recommend going through the preview just to make sure everything looks and feels how you would like it to. And that is it. Clicking exit preview, we're going to click done because we say it's perfect. Now, you can test the Kahoot, you can share it, you can go back and edit it, or you can just click done. And when you're ready to use it with your students, you can do that. Here is our Kahoot. The next video, I'm going to go over how you can use this when we're doing remote learning. If you've ever used Kahoot before, usually the questions are on a board or a TV or a monitor in the front of the room, and the colored boxes or shapes that the students would use to answer are on their devices. There is a mode called challenge, which will put the questions and the answers on the student's device, whether it's a laptop, a desktop, or a mobile device.